You sailed away and left me with nothing to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep with a broken heart.
Somebody tell me we live.
We're live.
We're live. I say we're alive.
We're live.
Alive. We're alive. Hey guys, what's happening? It is, good God, the time goes by so I can't even keep up. It's Tuesday. I've been up since about dark 30. And
by 7 o'clock it was like the day should be over.
I was out and up and running and so happy about it. And I just want you all to do the same. I want you guys to meet me on 41 and Cortez Road at about 7 in the morning. Let's have a little get together and talk about what we talk about. We always talk about this 2190 thing where we get together every morning and be grateful about something. I say this so we should get together first thing in the morning, and then we start talking about what we're grateful for. In case you need a kickstart. I mean, sometimes you just need a little kickstart. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. But this is a recovery room. This is Tuesday the 18th. Thank you. And hey, another show. Here we go. And what are we hoping for? We're hoping to touch one person. That ain't so much to ask, is it? One person. We can touch just one person. Touch their heart. Touch them in that in whatever space it is that they need to be touched to make a decision. Make that decision. We talk about treatment. We talk about prevention. We got to start talking a lot more about prevention because that's really one of the key things. We've got to. Grandma used to say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You know what I mean? It's hard to cure this thing. I mean, it was hell on me. I don't know. You had a difficult time too, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I know a whole bunch of y'all out there. The difficult times saying just as who was that president? Who was that? Pat Nixon. Just say no. That was just say no to drugs. That was our drug movement. Oh, they had that. You remember it? Oh, you guys, you've been giving there was it. But you guys be giving your age away if you're able to remember. This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. When they put the egg in the frying pan.
I really even don't remember that, but
so that might have been before your time.
That'd be my age.
I said I'm giving my age away. Hey, I got a birthday coming up, and I don't care. I don't care. It's all good. It's another beautiful day on the planet. Every day is a good day. Man, today was another beautiful day. I hope y'all today was beautiful too. That is my hope. And somebody else hoped that for me. Oh, just recently, Jamal just hoped that for us and all of us. It's like, man, I just hope that you guys can have a great day and that things go your way. Man, that's a great prayer. That ain't even like Jesus. I mean, it's not even anything. It's just a sentiment. It's a thought. It's a true feeling from a wish from a friend. I mean, that's important. It
means a lot.
Yeah, that's an amazing thing, and thank you so much. So at any rate, had a really great day. I don't know if you guys like Thai food, but I got a new grandma. See, my grandma been gone a long time ago, but I got a new grandma. She's a little Asian, little Vietnamese lady.
The sweetest, littlest, bittiest thing you can find.
Yes, and her name is Grandma
Wong.
and she has a truck. A truck. You know, trucks are popular these days, right?
Trucks are where it's
for
at.
cooking. And she has a truck. It's over on State Road 64 and like 27th Street. There's an avenue or street that run that way. One of those Avenue Street, whatever. If you go west, it's west on 27th Street. Really nice. You can't miss it. It was a big green thing. But man, I had some Thai food and I'm gonna tell you what. And I'm never gonna eat another spring roll anywhere else ever again. It was amazing.
If I fall asleep,
we're looking a little sleepy here.
It's not very long.
Just had a little while ago.
Thank you, Judy. She said it was Nancy Reagan that said
Nancy
just
Reagan.
Say no.
Just say no. Yeah, I wish it was just that easy. And on some level, it kinda is.
If you make the decision.
If you make the decision.
But that decision.
Well, it's just like driving a car and speeding. That's your decision. The cop could pull you over and give you a ticket. The only difference is you do the drug, you'll get a one-way ticket to the morgue. You know, you could.
But
it's about the decision that you're going to make.
It's all worth.
Yeah.
It's all worth that. Because
Yeah.
you're not thinking that at the moment. You're not thinking.
No, you're reacting. Nothing. I got it. You're reacting. And you're you know, somebody. Oh, Judy sent me this, and I want to share it with you. If I can find it real quickly. There's this thing that says that go away, done. Go away, done. How do you get back to where I'm going? Somebody help me. Cover for me.
He's
Don.
Yeah.
I had a really good day today. I was actually in my swimming pool for the first time on purpose. Got in and out by myself in over a year.
Wow.
The other 2 times, my dog clipped my legs and it was in the pool.
It took a minute.
But
Smiling.
it's the small things that
Let's see, look high.
that really make the difference and make for myself make my day.
That's awesome news for us as well. You know,
because you guys were always afraid I was going to fall in the pool and then.
Yeah, we come home and see him in there. You know, like
Well,
they
when I
got
first-
floating with the frogs.
Well,
Yeah.
there's thankfully are not any frogs. Thank you.
Yeah, she's got a frog deal
phobia.
phobia. You know, she'll fry some frog legs though. I don't get it.
But I'll pay someone from across the county to come
Get
scoop
the
them
frog
out
out
the
the
pool.
pool.
I'll
Right.
cook them for you, but darn it, get away from me.
Yeah,
It just happens. I won't eat grits, but I cook them.
yeah,
I
that's
think I
true.
do okay on that.
Wow.
Anywho, so
Anyway,
I
yes.
had a shout out to our friends who we had a great moment with this morning.
At 421 Sweet Treats, I'll help you.
There you go. 421 Sweet Treats, 5337 Gulf Drive, Holmes Beach, right there next to the pickled
The freckled Finn.
Finn.
on Anna Marie Island. Hey, if you guys don't spend some time out on Anna Marie Island, you're missing it. It's like one
it's
of our
brand
little
new
jewels
home.
here. Oh, look at
And
that. There they are. Oh, no, that's Hammock Haven.
That's
But you know what?
Hammock
Hammock Haven is hooking up with 421 Sweet Treats to do some things together.
Absolutely.
And there they are.
There
It's
we
421
go.
Sweet Treats. And speaking that it says that life is sweet and full of treats. Oh my God, isn't that
And you
true?
know, we're
It
starting
is-
to
it
get
is
a little
true.
weight here.
It
Even
is
though
true.
they're healthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
they're so
organic. You
good.
know when you hear that,
It's
every
so
time you hear
good.
organic or gluten free,
Yes.
it usually means
You think-
taste free.
I think tofu. Like I think.
wow.
Tofu's delicious. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
But no, you go there
Convince me
and
of
it's
that
like,
again.
stop even mentioning foods. I can't.
Yeah, we're
no
so
more.
stuffed. Yeah, we're so stuffed.
No
you
more.
know, but you know, here's the thing about tofu. They make my friends had something. It was like tofu. It was called seitan. I said, you guys are sitting around here eating Satan. You know, oh no, it's eggs. It tastes just no, it doesn't, people. And a veggie burger is not a burger. I mean, I'm standing up for the meat lovers of the world.
Well, SOS Burgers, their burgers are meatless, and you wouldn't know the difference.
I wouldn't because I ain't gonna eat it.
You already have.
Oopsie. He slipped that one in on. Two of you conspired on me.
I didn't know. No, I didn't feed it to you.
Oh wow! Now I know.
You drove me there to pick him up. What you talking about with us?
Willis didn't know what he was talking about.
That's funny. Okay, now the truth comes out. I get it.
You know, that was somebody else.
Yeah. I
Did you
don't know
find what
nothing.
you're looking for there yet?
Oh, I forgot what I was looking. I forgot I was looking for something.
said Judy
Oh,
sent you
Judy
something.
sent me something. Yeah, it was really cool. Hold on, I'll get it to it. Here it is, right here. Wait a minute. Here's one. It says the goal is to die with memories, not dreams.
What's up, King
that's
Prez?
a good one. Hey, Press, what's happening?
Yes, keep all your dreams.
Making sense of the world. She sent me an article about how your. Let me see. How does it start? Wow, this is a long one. Good morning. Obviously, the human brain questions. Maybe it's used on the recovery room. We behave and react to anything in life that's abuse, hurt things, and it's in our thoughts trigger it.
That is, yes, that is.
Yeah.
That's why they're called triggers.
Yeah. That's it, and it
How
can
your
trigger.
body
It can
reacts.
trigger most anything. All of the habits, gambling, eating. It's like like we hear about women all the time. It's like I'm sad and I ate a whole gallon.
Ice
Sean,
cream.
Sean, you pregnant?
Oh,
I mean, you sad?
yeah.
I'm not sad because I eat chocolate ice cream every day.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Maybe it's a good topic. I don't know. I can't get to the bottom of it. When I do, I'll tell you more about it. But it just makes sense that we are. Can you imagine the length of the movie or the video or whatever that would be used, that we use all the clips in our brain? All the stuff that we see in the day, because this is like today, right? I told you the other day I saw this Mexican dude give this white dude some money, and it was staying in my brain, And so today I'm riding down the street, and I look over, and I'm sitting next to this music that's bumping, boom, 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 and I look over, and I'm sure it's gonna be a young black kid, teenager, and it's an Asian dude,
So
and I'm like, see,
What are you listening
life
to?
is about perspective. I am thinking that I'm a little evolved, and I still stereotypically looked over.
first you asked me like I should know because
What's the name of that song? Because I saw the kid. I said, what was the name of the song? And it was something like Slumdog Sling Blade or something.
If you know any Slumdog songs,
Yeah, hook us up.
Hit us up.
Homeboy was in the car, and he was banging, and he had his hat turned backwards.
his big old bottle glasses.
Yeah.
Coke bottle glasses.
And when we had a little, we sitting there at the light. We had a little conversation about it. It was like, oh man, I was because that's how life is, and that picture's going to stay in my brain, even though I may not think about it again. That picture's going to stay in my brain.
Absolutely, Judy. Absolutely.
I was
Judy
downtown
just
Sarasota, right by for the farmers market, right by the library, and I don't walk fast, but I'm trying to make it to the farmers market. And this car, I can hear AC/DC just blaring, right? The car pulls up. This guy's like maybe 90, cranking out the super thrill, just banging his head, air driving, and just going off. And I'm like, thumbs up, man.
Had places to
He
go.
was
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
He was doing it in style.
Yeah.
and everyone was looking at him like, off his meds.
No.
man.
He's happy.
He's happy,
made it
you know?
up.
He's happy. I mean, what I just read. Like when you die, you should not die with. You should die with memory, not your dreams. Your dreams, you should live them all. You should go to your grave with nothing left. You go as a corpse. It's just empty. It's just some dust.
See, that's the beauty of me having my memory loss. I remember doing a bunch of stuff, so
Yeah.
I get to do it
It's
again.
all over. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And even if you
Judy
did
said-
remember, you get to do it again. That's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
It's
You
about
know?
how our senses affect our
Senses and memories.
triggers, actions,
Emotions.
reactions, and feelings. Thank
Yeah,
you, Judy.
yeah.
That sums it up.
And
all
that's
up.
that's clear, right? That's simple, right?
Well, Bob-
We have who are we talking to? Oh, I pulled up today again back here at Grandma Grandma Wang's, and and I pulled up on the motorcycle, and her friend of years and years, not sure what the relationship was, but apparently it was a close relationship, was a vet and drove a motorcycle, and it brought back all of this stuff to her. You know what I mean? And it wasn't in, we just pulled up. We didn't try to bring no stuff. We brought it with us, though. Because all those thoughts and all those triggers are there. And, I would imagine if she was an addict of some sort, and I don't know if she is or not, probably not, but I would imagine it would trigger a impulse to go after whatever substance gives you relief from that feeling. Again, we know in Sean's case it would be ice cream, chocolate in particular. So the brain has the reticular activating system, which is pictures.
You've had a bad day at work. So and so wants a glass of wine. I woke up. I've had my afternoon. I want a whole basket of chocolate ice cream, says Sean.
Yeah.
Some guy just came out of me and give me a cognac on ice.
Yeah.
You have the other ones.
Yeah.
Give me a pipe and a something.
Yeah.
What is your
I'm going to
release?
the track.
What is your
I'm going to the
trigger?
track.
What is your hell yeah?
I'm going in my room and I'm turning on my porn.
I'm taking me a minute. There's that some sort of release that is you were looking for, that you look for, and there's whatever that does trigger it, and sometimes it doesn't trigger it. It's just become natural almost feeling. My triggers feel sometimes almost natural because I've been dealing with them for so long, and it sucks.
They're like a relationship.
and it's when. I hope
Yeah.
that all of you when that one day comes. They suck.
Well, like riding motorcycles, I was a speed junkie. Life begins at 180.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's an addiction.
You know?
Speed is truly addiction. Adrenaline. I mean, that's a drug. Adrenaline is a drug. It's a one made inside of your system, but probably it's the best of the speeds out there.
You can hit one little bumblebee, and it felt like a bullet hit
God.
you.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
them feels like
That's
a-
true. I gotta share this story. I was in a meeting this morning with a group of business, and the pest control guy gave his little speech about his business. And one of the things he said is that something about the bumblebee. The male will go and inseminate the female, and then his whatever that organ is breaks off, or it turns in and kills him.
Oy.
And he was like, don't wait till the bug kills itself before you call us. Whatever. It's a little bit longer story, but it's these things that I hear and
That's
see.
gonna be like detrimental. Like I want to get.
Yeah, but I know it's
I
gonna
want-
kill me. Yeah, one and done.
Oh, yeah, there you go. One is too many, and
1,000
you
you're never
got
gonna
the
get
chance
to.
to get to.
Yeah.
Bumblebee's like, you got any more friends? Wait,
I didn't have a
man.
chance to get there.
Harry
in
Kid was a
time.
Harry.
Yeah, but the point of that whole conversation is do something different. When you start recognizing that impulse, because you know it. You know it when you feel it. It comes over you. It's like this feeling that comes over you, and it becomes sometimes often overwhelming to where you even sometimes say this, no, I don't want no. But that thing is so powerful that you do it anyway.
You know better.
You know better, but it's so powerful that you do it anyway. And so then that's when it's time to make that decision. It's time. That's when it's time to say, you know what? I'm going to go and read a book. I don't know, mundane, but whatever. Do something different than what that impulse tells you, because that's what you got to start doing. You got to start doing that consistently. And then you'll find that what's happening around you is that same consistency. You see, they say that the best way to predict the future is to create it. And that's the reality. And you have that power. You have that strength. You're a human being, and don't give me this I'm only human crap. Because only human has built skyscrapers, and still to this day, the most amazing thing to me, there's this big hunk of metal that flies through the air. it's the most amazing of things that could ever possibly happen to me.
Why do you always talk this stuff when I'm getting?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Flight today.
And I haven't said it in a while, have I?
Well, what are the chances of me being in 2 plane crashes?
I don't know. I'll have to check the odds makers. See what the odds makers say.
Same
Probably not
chances
so
of me
good.
being hit by 8 drunk drivers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or a coconut falling out of a tree and hitting you in the head. You know?
I need to plant that coconut.
Yeah, plant that coconut tree. We got some people that hit upside the head. Anyway, guys, this is our little attempt. This is our little contribution to this opioid. Now, let me rephrase that. This overdose epidemic that we are experiencing. I told you the other day, some of the morticians, the mortuaries are so full that they need to create new morgues.
Yeah, in Ohio, they it was over a year ago. They said they needed to double the size because they didn't know what to do with all the bodies.
And it's crazy, which then again brings me to this particular part of our show and my thinking process when I hear about overdoses and see the numbers are so really weird because it's affecting people. 19 to 54 is the largest group that's being affected by this epidemic. That's really our whole productive earning, family rearing period in our lives, you know. But the good news is that there are a bunch of more organs available.
I was reading this thing online today, and it was talking about. They said all the wine prices are going to be like almost cut in half right now, because all the millennials and everybody else who's passing away from this, from all their addictions, they're not buying the wine, so the wine's gonna rot.
That's another that 19 to 54 is the biggest wine drinkers.
Yeah. And I was like, it was just looking at something from a different perspective, but you're like, wow, you know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because they'd rather take the pill than have a glass of wine with a steak dinner or whatever else.
Well, you know,
or a tofu cutlet.
With some seitan in it. Seitan! Yeah, so speaking of which, you guys, we're getting, I'm wondering what's going on. I said it yesterday and I'll say it again today. I posted something about some crab salad or something. I had a crab Benedict and I got a really huge response. I've been posting on a daily basis about this situation that we're going through with Sean and getting him on. Thank God on the 23rd, we go to Tampa General and we meet with the organ transplant people and we get a program started and a plan happening again. But they have already explained to us that the normal out-of-pocket expenses usually average somewhere around $50,000 or above $50,000, and you know that's the number I put on the thing. I know maybe that number looks a little daunting, and that, you know, maybe my $5-10 won't help, but it you're doing the focus thing
out,
again.
Yeah. There we go.
Done. Maybe you look at it that way, but don't look at it that way because every little bit counts. And if nothing else, the fact that you show that you care is also one of those healing things. And so I'm reaching out to you guys and you know, asking you, contribute, share the post. The post is all over. Share the post, but contribute. I mean, you go and spend $10 on what kind of burger was that? Because I know they're expensive too.
They're about $10 at SOD.
Yeah, or a bottle of wine or whatever the case might be. We're talking about saving a life here, and you can be a part of that. You can when we come here, 6 months from now, whatever, and Sean's sitting here, and he can show you a scar or whatever. That he got that operation and that he's able to meet the post surgery medications and doctor's visits and all that stuff. It's a major undertaking, and what we talk about every day on here is love, man. And how do we show love is by helping our fellow man. And so there you have it. This is my appeal. That was the word I was looking for. Appeal.
And just so you guys know, everyone out there who takes the pills because they're in pain, even when I get my new liver, I still can't take them for pain the rest of my life, which I never did anyways. I never took aspirin or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to deal with it.
Yeah.
So if I can deal with that, you guys can deal with saying, oh, my back doesn't really hurt that bad. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
When we first found out and got the date about the stuff in March, I was telling T, I was like, the Lord works in mysterious ways, we'll try to figure this out. And I joked, he said, well, I guess I'll have to rob a bank. And we're walking by, and a Wells Fargo truck pulls up, opens the doors, and the guy went inside, and the
money
sitting there. I'm like,
whoa!
I can't run as fast as I used to. But was I tempted?
Don't make the man rob a bank. Jesus, crime, they kick in 15, 20, 30, 100,000, whatever it is you guys got. And reach out to some of your well-to-do, what we like to call the hoity-toities, friends that can knock this thing out in with one fell swipe of the pen. We got to reach out to them.
Do they get a tax thing?
Yeah, they get a tax deduction, but what they really get is a warm heart. They get that good warm fuzzy feeling of knowing that they help somebody. How many tax deduction? How many tax deductions you gonna get? You've already probably used up all the ones you got.
No, I was thinking if some wife was mad at the husband for doing something stupid, just had the checkbook out.
Yeah, slash. We don't need no stinking tax deduction. We need to save a life here, and that's it. And and that's what that's our, it's crazy because that's our whole mission, right? Our whole mission is to everybody. Again, yesterday, remember, everybody applauded this young lady on our page. Talked about her having 137 days, and everybody applauded. Well, there was a young lady who got on today or yesterday, late last night, and with her little baby girl that says, "I got 12 days off of heroin." And she had her baby daughter with her, and I'm looking so forward to seeing some of these after pictures, because there's some amazing after pictures that you see of people that when they were like in the midst of their addiction, because we know how bad that gets. You don't care nothing about washing, you don't care nothing about nothing but getting high, And so when you see these people that have these after pictures, and you can see how they look before, then you see them looking like a normal human being again. It's an amazing transformation, and I look forward to seeing more of them. The more, the merrier. Okay, we want to see some people. Again, if there's one, what we have found out here is that you cannot save everybody. As much as you try, you can't save everybody. I've lost 2 or 3, and I was doing everything I possibly could, checking in and taking them to meetings and whatever else, to the doctor, whatever else that I thought that I could do, because compassion is doing what's needed to be done, right? So I had the compassion, and I did that, but it didn't stop them. They're still gone. They're still worm food. So. One person, if we can get one. If there's one person out there today that's looking at this, or if you look at it later tonight when you wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, I'm going to be up with you, call me, because that's my new schedule. But when you wake up at 2 and 3 in the morning and watch this video, just happen to watch this video, and something that we say has you say, okay, now, this moment, this morning is my day that I start my life over again. My mentor used to say, T, and he used to always say, good morning. Didn't matter what time of the day it was. It'd be 8 o'clock at night, and he'd greet you, good morning. And people say, it's 8 o'clock at night. And he would always say, you know what? I can start my day whenever I get ready. And that's the truth. You can start your life over whenever you get ready. Everybody falls down. One of my favorite songs says, we fall down when we get up. It says that a saint is just a sinner who fell down. A saint is just a sinner who fell down. I don't know all you guys any of you Bible scholars out there, but if you just stop and take a look at it, most of the figures in the Bible that are the most prominent are the ones that have had the biggest problems, mainly David. who's supposed to be God's other favorite son. David did all kinds of stuff, married his friend's wife and impregnated her and all kinds of stuff. But he slayed Goliath though. He slayed the bear and all the rest of that stuff. He wrote some really cool songs about God.
So you guys might hear my dog snoring.
Yeah, it's like I'm boring it. I done bored the dog to sleep. Jesus Christ. Good night. But anyway, yeah, guys. God uses imperfect people. And I predict my prediction, and I'm sticking to it because it's going to happen. I predict that in the next few years, I'm going to say 5. In the next 5 years, all of those people, because if you can get 5 years under your belt, you're strong, man. You're powerful. You've done something that a whole lot of people will never do in their life. Some people get hung up over a hangnail. Oh, a hangnail. But I believe that in 5 years, the people who are coming out of their addiction now are going to be the most powerful voices in this country. Okay, because you will have resurrected yourself. You will have reinvented yourself. You will have reintegrated yourself into society, and then you're gonna be one of those ones that you didn't really catch all that stuff that happened. You waking up into this thing. You know what I mean? And so you're waking up and being on a mission. And you don't want anything to get in your way. And I tell you one thing, I would never get in the way of a man or a woman that's on a mission, that's got some purpose. That is on the way to their authentic life, to the thing that they do that nobody else on the planet can do. Because guess what? That thing wakes you up in the morning and gets you rolling, and it won't let you get sidetracked and bamboozled and hoodwinked and all those things that happen to people. Just like this thing we were talking about, your emotions are these triggers. Those triggers, you will recognize them and you'll go, ha ha, trigger. And you'll do something different. That's the goal. That's the mission. My goal for you guys is to every day have a day when you come and say to anybody that will listen to you, man, I had a good day. I hung around some good people. We did some good stuff, and we ate some good food and shared some good conversation and love and all that. And I made it home in one piece. Today was a good day. I didn't have to use my AK, as Ice Cube would say.
Yep.
Mom didn't cook with no pork, whatever. All that. That's one of my favorite songs. But if you can say that, if you can say that consistent, if every day you get up and you go out and your intention and your thought patterns and everything about you is about good, not just for you, but for other people. When you decide to go out of your way to do something good for somebody, I guarantee you, man, that's the stuff that dreams are made of. That's the stuff that carries you onto another level that you didn't even realize existed. Okay, so I again, it's my wish, it's my dream, it's my prayer for each and every person that I come in contact, but in particular for an active addict that's out there right now. If you're active right now, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you want to see your mama smile again. You want to feel and hear that baby of yours laugh and fall down and cry and get back up. If these things are the things that are important to you, then today is the day to start your new life. We're vapors here. This thing is so short. I mean, if you live to be 80 something, it's still a short time compared to how long the planet's been around. How many people have come and gone. I guarantee you one thing though, that you're gonna go. 100% guarantee. Of rain though, there's a 100% chance that you're gonna pass away. 10 out of 10 of us gone at some point. you know. And myself, I mean, I want to go to my thing empty. I want to have left nothing behind. I believe that when they say rest in peace, that's what they're talking about. You've got nothing left to do. Lay down and go, that's what rest in peace means to me, you know. And there's this thing called a dash, and that dash is the thing that the way that you lived your life. And you see, you don't have to get stuck in the muck. You don't have to get stuck in a ditch. You know what a ditch is? A ditch is a grave with the ends kicked out. You just don't know you're dead, you know. But you don't have to get stuck in that, man. You can actually make a decision today that if you would start moving in that direction today, 6 months from now, let's just say 137 days. That's the new criteria, because you know that 137 days was turned out to be for that person that turning point where they saw that that their life had changed. They looked in the mirror and saw that their face had changed. They looked around the room and the people that they loved were there. It wasn't a room full of addicts and dealers and hookers and all the stuff that goes along with that lifestyle. You know, my daddy used to always say, association brings assimilation. You are judged by the company you keep. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not bragging, but I'm going to tell you this. Like a day like I had today, and like I try to have every day, I have been surrounded by such good people. If that's a reflection on me, then I'm happy. I'm happy. I really am. I know some really fine people, and a lot of them have been just in the same boat that I'm in, that you're in. You know, they just made a decision to change their direction, and that's all I got to say about that.
Last night I found out a friend of mine, Amy's in the hospital up in Clearwater, really sick. She's in ICU, got like 105 temperature, been thrown up like every 20 minutes for the past 72 hours. And I saw that she was online. I said, hey, how you doing? What's up? And that's when I found out. She's like, I didn't want to bother you, you know, because you're sick. I'm like, what do you need? You need, you know, what can I bring you, you know? And she's like, why would you worry about me when you're so sick? That's what you're supposed to do.
Huh?
You know?
Great. For real.
So, Amy, if you are watching, my thoughts and my prayers are out there for you.
Amen.
You know?
Amen. Yeah, take the light off yourself sometimes, you know, and shine it on some other people. The one thing that penetrates the darkness is light. Be a light. Be a light. Be a light on the hill. You know, if somebody's shipwrecked, you know what they're looking for, and it's day and it's light, and all you can see for miles around is darkness. They're looking for some light. You know.
So you find those shiny coins.
Yeah. So
you can find that 1 year coin.
Yeah.
Or 2 year coin.
And the other thing that came in today, thank you, Susan, was boats do not sink because of all the water around them. They sink because they took on water. They sink because of the water they take on into the boat. Get them stinking thinking people and those stinking situations out of your life. Don't let them into your boat and let them sink your boat. You're alive. You're a vessel. You can float. You know, you can float through the toughest times, and that's one of the things that we got to learn here. It's like, you know, tough times don't last. Tough people do. You know, and if you can figure out how to float, you know, then you can float and not drown. Okay, and then you'll look up and there'll be light and there'll be land and you're saved and then you can do some cool stuff. You know, that's the other thing about recovery. You get to do some cool stuff again. You're not spending every bit of your time chasing that substance, chasing that high, chasing that self-medicated place where you have made your norm, and you know, and that norm becomes that before picture. You know, that norm in that before picture is a really kind of low norm. Because when you get back to your real norm and you get some blood circulating and you start eating again, you know, I remember it was a period I survived on $1. What is a Big Mac? What is those sandwiches? It used to be $1. a cheeseburger or whatever they had. No, the double stack. That was mine. That's what I ate, and I went to a family function. I was so glad to be invited again, and the food was so good. And I went and I got all cleaned up and shaved up and went in, and I'm thinking I'm looking good. And the first thing my grandma said was, "Boy, what happened to your ash?" I was like, huh?
You had no
I
acetitis?
had no acetol.
No acetitis.
Acetitis. I had that
Yeah.
disease. I had that disease. Yeah, my ass was gone. It wasn't in my pants. And so it's crazy because I
So
thought
you
I was
showed
looking
your
good.
ass and lost it in the same time.
Yeah. I showed no ass. I showed that I had no ass, and that's what happened. But because sometimes we thinking we're still looking good. Sometimes we kid ourselves into thinking we're still looking good. I mean, I haven't seen some of these girls that they done been down through their men and they looking like really shot out. What they call that thing?
Coyote ugly?
Phew.
So we jumped
Hey, that was a step further than I was going, but that's okay. Well, maybe not, because they call it rode hard and left out wet.
You'd rather chew your arm off than wake it up next to you?
Yeah, but they still got that little walk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that walk, right? They got that walk like they still all fine, but they just really kind of getting through, just getting by. You know what I mean? And life is too short for that. Life is too important for that. You weren't none of you. Nobody here was born to be a wandering generality. Everybody was born here to be a meaningful, specific. We were born here to do something unique. Somebody's going to do something great today, and tomorrow, and the next day. I mean, why not let it be you? You remember when you had thoughts and dreams and aspirations?
Nope.
When you had that though, you remember that when you said, "Oh man, I'm gonna be, I don't know what, the number one free throw shooter in the NBA or whatever it is. I'm gonna be a award-winning actor or activist." You remember those days when you had a vision, man? Well, considering that this is 2020. Vision is an important thing, and if you got 2020 vision, you can see up the road a little bit further. And guess what? When you walk up to as far as you can see down the road a little bit further. Every journey starts with a step, and life is not a destination. It's a journey. I want to do things in my life that outlive me. That's called legacy. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave something that's continuing to grow even when I leave. Somebody has stepped in to my shoes and they took over, and the thing is still growing. And some more families are eating and or being clothed or being housed. Because I'm on a mission, man. I don't understand how we can live in a nation as great as this one, and you can have people living on the street hungry, and then we can just drive by and be so callous and indifferent and anesthetized to it that we don't even feel anything. No, man. As long as we're alive, we should be trying to help those kids that are not eating, those mothers that are having a difficult time feeding their kids, or those veterans, those first responders, those warriors out there who have put their lives on the line to protect these little freedoms that we have, that we can get up and go and run up to the Piggly Wiggly and get a turkey. You know how long it took for them boys to get a turkey? First they had to go out and find one. Then they got to chase it around, shoot it, whatever it is, bow and arrow, whatever. In case you run up and grab it and screen the neck, whatever. It was a process, man. It wasn't you just get in your car and go to the store and say, "I would like a turkey." No, it wasn't like that.
We're in third world country. You stand in line for 3-4 hours, and then they go, "Nope, we're out of bread. We're out of milk."
Yeah, dude. I went into Publix one time, and the shelves were a little empty. I got nervous. So, what's happening? Don't tell me Publix is getting ready to go out of business and the food is running out. It's like, what am I going to do? I need some Wonder Bread. Guys, this world is changing. It's changing rapidly. People are talking about climate change and it doesn't exist, and only whether it exists or not, we're having earthquakes and tornadoes and floods and things at record numbers. You know, and we take it all for granted because, like today, we could hear one of those, hear that news again. Hurricane so and so coming, and then what happens? Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, True Value, all them places are jam-packed with people preparing for the storm. I don't understand. Shouldn't you, like, if the storm passes over, shouldn't you have stuff from the last time?
Well,
Shouldn't you be already prepared?
Well, kind of, but you want to rotate your dry goods in and out.
Oh, okay.
FIFO, first in, first out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But myself, I'm good because I've got military sea rations,
Yeah.
MREs.
And does that make us good too?
Nope, tastes like chicken.
Don, you think you gonna be okay?
I'll be okay. As long as the camera works.
Yeah, right. You don't get no grief from that. Grief, man, grief sucks. I'll tell you that now. Let me tell you this story about a man named Jet. No, listen, this guy, right? And he single dad. That's a rare thing. People think that doesn't happen, but I'm sitting next to one. Anyway, single dad, and he had some work that he needed to finish, but he had to get home to pick up his kid from the daycare. You know how that goes. And so he gets home and he's trying to sit there at his desk and finish his work that he needs to turn in the next day. And the kid is running like crazy. You know how kids are, 5 years old and all that, all this wonder and asking questions. Why is there air? And it's like, how does the light work? And, you know, all these different things that, you know, kids ask. And it's good that they ask because they need to know. But he needed to get this work done. So he saw it in a picture of the globe in a magazine. And so he ripped that page out of the magazine of the globe, the world, and he tore it into little pieces, grabbed some Scotch tape, gave it to his son and said, son, go and put this picture of the world together. And when you're done, Dad, hopefully he'll be done with what he needs to do and then we can go and have some fun. Kid went off doing his thing, humming and skipping and having a good time. And he's sitting there and he's singing and putting it together. Happy little kid. And bam, he was right back in like 5 minutes. And the dad looked at him like, oh my God, son, how in the world did you do that so quick? How did you put that picture of the world together? And he said, well, you know, Daddy, you gave me, when you gave me the picture, you handed it to me upside down. And on the back of the picture, it was a picture of a man. And, you know, I saw his head, and, you know, arms and a nice suit on and so I put the picture of the man together and I turned it over and the world it came together. Ain't that the story?
Yes.
Ain't that the truth? Isn't it so? Put the man together and the world will come together. If we would just handle if we will individually handle our business, if we will individually get our things aligned, our spiritual, our mental, our emotional, and our physical, and if we can get those things all in line, understanding them, not being controlled by them, as we were talking about them having triggers that make you do things that are detrimental to you, but if you can get those together and understand the wonder and the awe of them, then our whole world is going to change. And so my prediction still is in this 5-year period. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be this period of total enlightenment. See, because if you, like I just said, we've gone past this whole thing where we got to run down. I mean, we still do it. People still do it for sport, you know, but we don't have to run down our prey anymore. You know, we don't have to get it and kill it and clean it and dress it and all that kind of stuff. You know, you just go to the store and buy it. So we've gotten past the whole survival stage. That's all we've been taking care of. Our food can last for a month in the refrigerator. It's an amazing thing. People had to eat it used to have to eat it that day, or it was gone. So we're past that stage. We're into this age of information where you can Google anything. You can Bing it. You can Yahoo it. There's all kinds of ways that you can search for stuff, information. So the information is readily available, which leaves us no excuses. See, I used to kind of hate going to the library, and doing book reports, because you got to get all the bibliography together and quote your sources and the dates and all that crap. I hated it. You don't have to do that these days. Google it.
I like going there because that's where the cute, smart girls were.
Yeah, no, for that. No, let me rephrase it. I didn't hate the library itself, the building or the people in it. It's just that process of searching the card indexes. You don't have to do that no more. Google it. Google it. Let's see. What did you send me, Sean, that I would like for you to expound upon?
I don't know. I sent you depends upon my mind frame at the time. So
yeah,
I send you stuff that I can't post.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
what is this one about? Tell me about this one. Tell me about the Xenobot, the world's first living self-healing robot.
Yeah.
Created from frog stem cells.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, what?
Huh? Did you read it? What did it say? Because I'm still trying to figure it out.
I think I need to go to school and get a degree or something like that. But there's the one of the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Post
Yeah,
on
I saw it on the thing.
And,
it was very cool.
But like T was saying earlier about like following your dreams, and if you think it, you can do it. And everybody still asks me to this day. I bought my first house 3 days after I turned 18. Everyone's like, how in the bleep did you do that? I was motivated. I was driven. Saved my money. I went to work before school and after school, and saved up enough money for a down payment, and bought my first house. Like I said, 3 days after I turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think it, you can do it. It's really
Simple
that
as
simple.
that.
It's that simple.
Yeah. And that don't mean easy. Because you heard what he said, right? And this is the part that deters most people. He said he got up and went to that four-letter word.
Four-letter word.
Ooh. Some people have a hard time even saying it. Work. You got to work towards it. He worked in the morning. He worked in the evening. Worked sometime there in between. Went to school. Did all the stuff that's necessary. Listen, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Everybody can do it though. It's simple. It's not easy. Everybody can do it. You just got to put in the work. You just gotta decide. You just gotta make that decision. Make up your mind, man. Make up your mind, will you? Time is running out. We're running out of daylight here. It's time. When I retire from the recovery room. When I retire from the recovery room, I'm going to hope that I got like this whole, when I do my retirement party, I'm hoping I'm going to get a whole bunch of people writing me saying, oh, T, it was great, man. You put in some good time. Thank you for your words of encouragement, your hope, and your aspirations. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's some people that have benefited from our efforts to make a difference. That's all you can do in this life, right? Make a difference, man.
Make a positive difference.
Make a positive difference. Yeah. Well, that analogy again. Which person you going to be? Are you going to be the person who they applaud when you come in the room, or when you leave it? I want to be that guy that the people feel good when I come in and nobody's going, oh Lord. Here we go. I want to be that guy when I walk in and they say, man, glad you're here. Welcome. Fantasy Island. So which one are you going to be?
It was a while back ago. T took me to this church, and they had really nice, it was a sit-down breakfast thing. And then everyone, they were passing a microphone around, and I didn't know I was the guest of honor. And the microphone went to T, and he's like, well, I just, you guys can see I brought Sean here with me, and, it's, he's up, he's walking, this and that, and everyone in that room stood up and applauded me.
It's amazing.
And it was a simple gesture, but it was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
These people care.
And you know what, Sean? I kind of, looking back on that experience, I'm kind of thinking that since that day, you improved better, and so I'm believing it was a combination of obviously the prayers, because prayers create some vibrations, some healing vibrations. But I think it's what you just said. I think that encouragement may have stimulated something in you, to try harder and whatever has gone along with your recovery,
Well, there's some of the ex-girlfriends that wouldn't mind seeing me pass away. Like, I hate that bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm fighting hard.
Yeah.
And it's to me, like I mentioned earlier in the show, it was a huge accomplishment to get in the pool and get back out by myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't find him floating.
No.
Or at the bottom of the pool.
And it's the little things for me that are like, wow,
Yeah, and it's the little things for the people around him, because for those of us who have been around him, we have had the opportunity to see him where none of that seemed even remotely possible. But of course, we remained hopeful. We remained steadfast in our whatever we needed to do. But there's a power greater than ourselves out there, guys. The universe, you call it what you want to call it, but it has a ability to. It's called they call it in science natural selection. Survival of the fittest, but the earth is that way. The earth always readjusts to whatever it needs to do. Ask the dinosaurs.
Wait, you still see dinosaurs?
I see dinosaurs.
Oh, they're sitting next to the unicorns, right?
Listen, worse than that, I see people. I see people in the screen right there. How does that happen? A signal is sent to it, guys. That's how it happens. See, and if we can accept that a signal is sent to our television and we can sit there and watch it, then we should be able to accept that a prayer works. And we should be able to accept that if you are inspired by something, you got to know that it's the universe is putting something to you. Somebody out there has been prayed for, and their prayer time is now. Their prayer is needed to be delivered now. And if you are the person that is supposed to deliver that prayer, then by God, do it. Don't miss the opportunity to be a blessing. If you've been blessed, be a blessing. Another one of those seemingly simple things, huh? But that's what this world is all about. That's what we're all about, and that's what I'm finding out. They say that likes attract. I guess that's true, because I'm finding there's a lot of like-minded people. We may have different approaches, but we're like-minded in that we want to make a difference in this world before we leave it. We would like to leave it a better place than it was when we got here.
Like you mentioned a couple of shows ago about the Indian and the canoe going down the river, and he's got the tear going, and it's all polluted with the trash.
Yeah.
Get rid of the trash.
Get
rid
of
the trash. Out of your
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Your life.
Pick it up, throw it in the garbage. Don't walk by it.
Your life is that river. Make it clean. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's it's the interesting thing about simple. When we say simple, see, the person that is detailed oriented would not walk by that little piece of paper that's on the floor. They would stop and they would pick it up, because that's what compassion is. That's what commitment is. You're there to make a difference. If you see a blight, you're there to try to fix it. That's real life, guys. I mean, let's stop with the stagnation, the procrastination, all the sedation. Let's wake up. This life is beautiful, man. They got all kinds of plants and animals and all kinds of amusement parks and all kinds of really cool stuff. Right up the street, we got a bay. It has boats on it. It's beautiful.
And go catch a sunset.
Go
When's the last
catch
time you
a
guys went down
sunset,
and
man.
watch that sun go down or watch the sun come up?
Oh man,
You know?
it's such a beautiful thing. Anyway, guys, another day has come and gone. Another show has come and gone. We appreciate you for tuning in. If you get a chance, share it with your friends and all. If you got somebody that's in the midst of addiction, love them through it. It's the recovery room,
Love
Shawnee.
you guys. Peace out.
Peace. Yeah, nobody told you they love you today. We love you.
You sailed away and left me with nothing to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I sailed